On Daybreak.
Good morning and welcome back into the show on this Thursday. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Morano. We are moving along here with a lot of stories regarding the coronavirus, both in the Ozarks and around the nation and world.
We'll have a new take from Nigel McDonald here in just a few minutes. That's a story that we told you briefly about that has to do with mental health.
That's right. So we want to start off, though, your morning with a check of your forecast. Meteorologist Elisa Rappa joins us. You know, this is the last day of school for a lot of these kids before spring break. A lot of folks, including SPS, have tomorrow off. So what are they looking at as they get moving?
I didn't even know that. We're going to have a really warm day on tap today, but that's going to bring us the threat of severe storms. So need to stay weather aware today. Starting out with some dense fog possible out there this morning to the south and east. It goes until 10 a.m. South and east of Springfield from West Plains to Eminence and Mountain Grove, where that visibility could drop to a quarter mile or less at times. We've got some clouds in Springfield with that temperature at 54 degrees on some southerly winds. Not finding too much fog yet, but we are finding that dense fog from Poplar Bluff up to St. Louis. So it's nearby and could start to seep towards the Ozarks. Cloudy skies out there this morning. Some showers breaking out to the north from Nevada, Clinton, and Lake of the Ozarks. They're pretty light, no lightning in there. Temperatures are about 5 to 10 degrees warmer now than they were this time yesterday. It's 54 degrees in Springfield, 55 in Branson, and a pair of 5s also in Harrison. So some fog to start. We'll have some scattered showers and storms this afternoon, but they'll be widely scattered. I don't expect major or widespread road impacts. We'll have temperatures in the low to middle 70s today, very warm, and that's what's going to fuel a severe threat. We've got that yellow slight risk just to the east of Springfield. Details on what to expect coming up in 10 minutes.
We start this hour with some medical coverage for you. For someone with clinical anxiety or OCD, coronavirus headlines can really trigger episodes of intense anxiety and compulsive behavior.
That's why NAMI of Southwest Missouri is working to address ways to handle COVID-19 if you or someone you know deals with mental illness. Color 10's Nigel McDonald joins us this morning to share NAMI's efforts. Nigel?
Well, good morning, Lauren and Joe. NAMI's Keep Calm and Stay Safe event provides its clients with education and coping tools for future anxieties and other unwanted feelings and thoughts surrounding COVID-19. Addie Blankenship of NAMI says the coronavirus is alarming all kinds of people.
For anybody who may not identify having a mental illness, it's scary.
Blankenship says these fears can be exemplified in someone with obsessive compulsive disorder or other forms of debilitating anxiety.
It can be really uncomfortable and really stressful for somebody.
Which is why the organization is working to educate our community.
We've had a lot of folks who have verbalized anxiety over this. So we decided we're going to be proactive.
She says this includes reminding their clients of things like
wash your hands. If you are sick, stay home. If you're feeling depressed or anxious, reach out to your doctor, your therapist. Come to us for support.
Janet Plemons works and volunteers at NAMI. Plemons says anxiety is also a part of her everyday life.
It's like a constant nervous almost situation, you know. Especially with this virus, the coronavirus.
She admits it's hard not to think about COVID-19 at times.
I am at risk because of my age. I'm over 60 and have a compromised immune system.
Plemons says she wants to learn ways to stay safe, not just for herself, but for those around her.
I think the key word is coping skills. I want to be able to not let the mental illness take over, make me frantic or upset my daily life.
Blankenship says anyone who is struggling can visit NAMI for accurate information surrounding the coronavirus. Well, NAMI also offers support groups and meetings, and you can visit our website at ozarksfirst.com to learn more information on how to seek help.
All right, thank you, Nigel. Local senior living centers are also taking prevention steps for their residents also in that category of more at risk of getting the coronavirus. Staff is enforcing the basics like hand washing, but they've also implemented new visitation policies and a new evaluation system. Because in addition to being elderly, a lot of the residents have underlying respiratory symptoms, which make them more susceptible to illness if they're infected. The facility sent out letters to all residents and families reminding them to cover their faces if they sneeze or cough and to discourage visitation if you have any cold or flu-like symptoms. The staff also implemented an internal screening assessment.
and that's for if they have any sort of symptoms, anything like that, we can go through this assessment and kind of see if it's corona related, if it's, just a cold.
There's another retirement community in Springfield, the Montclair, putting in place visitation restrictions. According to its website, visitors are limited to one adult family member who must be healthy with no flu-like symptoms. And also over at Quail Creek, visitors experiencing a high temperature or who have traveled through an area with coronavirus cases will not be allowed to enter.
You'll likely notice a lot of bare spots in many store aisles in the Ozarks as fears of COVID-19 increase and officials urge people to stock up in case of an outbreak. The health department, though, is telling you to just stock up on a few weeks' worth of supplies in case coronavirus cases really begin to grow here in the Ozarks, but that might not be an option in some places for much longer. Walmart's released a statement saying managers have been told they can start to limit the number of some items people can buy for high-demand products. Greene County Commissioner Harold Bench believes that's a good idea.
Everyone needs to take a look at what they normally use throughout a month or so, and then be prepared to have that on stock.
Walmart also says they have designated a worker to focus on sanitizing high traffic areas as well as carts and registers.
COVID-19 is also causing some schools to change their schedules. The University of Missouri is suspending in-person classes for the rest of the week. Classes will be online next week leading up to spring break. The school expects to resume in-person class after spring break on March 30th. A small group of Mizzou students attended a conference in New Orleans last week where one attendee has become a presumptive positive case of coronavirus. However, there are no confirmed cases currently on campus.
Arkansas has recorded its first case of the coronavirus as Governor Asa Hutchinson announced yesterday that the person infected is from Pine Bluff and currently in isolation at a hospital there. The governor also issued an executive order declaring a public health emergency, stressing that the state of Arkansas won't change the way it's currently operating. Although many states have either banned or severely limited large public gatherings, Hutchinson says no need for that so far.
In Arkansas, with the limited exposure that we have with one case, only one case that is presumed positive, there's not any need for canceling events. I do not see any need for canceling school activities.
Reminder for you now, the new coronavirus causes only mild or moderate symptoms such as a fever or cough. However, for some, especially older adults and people with existing health problems, it can cause more severe illness, including pneumonia.
We've got some dry roads in Springfield with what looks like a few sprinkles on the windshield out there this morning. Got some few light showers up to the north and west. The story for today is a severe threat by this afternoon. Details on timing, on threats, and what to expect coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak. Now weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa.
Good morning. We're starting out with a dense fog advisory that goes until 10 a.m. just to the south and east of Springfield for communities like Ava and West Plains. That's where we could find that visibility drop to a quarter mile or less at times. So take it slow. Use those headlights even after the sun comes up. We're not finding that visibility drop too much yet, but you can see we do have a corridor of some dense fog from St. Louis back towards Poplar Bluff with that visibility down to a quarter mile. We're also finding clouds out there and some spotty sprinkles starting to break out just to the north of Springfield. Some mist or sprinkles in Springfield right now. We've got a couple of lighter showers near Osceola, Clinton, Hermitage, and Lake of the Ozarks out there this morning. No lightning. They're just some spotty showers, and it's just pieces of a couple of different pieces that will come through today and start to develop some showers and thunderstorms. What we're going to find is that instability, or the fuel for storms that comes from the heat and humidity of the day, that's going to start to build. Once the sun comes up and the temperatures warm up, we'll find this map starting to get a little bit more colorful, and we'll find some fuel for severe storms starting to develop. So again, we've got a couple of spotty showers to the north this morning. Then as the bigger front comes through by later on this afternoon, we'll find some thunderstorms developing just to the south and east of Springfield, and they'll quickly exit to the east, but not before getting a little bit strong. We're looking at a slight severe risk in the yellow, mainly east of Highway 65, where some strong and severe storms will be possible. The threat is mainly after 3 o'clock. All modes of severe weather possible, with that tornado threat greatest in that enhanced risk in the orange over the boot heel. So again, we do have an isolated tornado threat. The bigger threat, though, will be just to our east. We'll also carry that wind and hail threat as well. Hail up to the size of golf balls possible, winds up to 60 miles per hour, and can't rule out that isolated tornado threat. Time frame would be from about 3 o'clock, and then the storms exit real quick by 7 or 8. So a pretty narrow time frame here for those severe storms. So hour by hour, we'll have maybe some sunshine with a couple of clouds out there today. Temperatures in the low to middle 70s, some upper 70s possible to the south. Then with that heat and humidity and the front coming in, we'll find some showers and storms developing just to our south and east. And as they develop, they get strong and then exit. We'll find those exiting storms by about 7 o'clock. A few clouds possible tonight. Temperatures get cooler on north winds, dipping towards 40 degrees. We'll have some showers arrive probably later than this is showing for tomorrow, but we'll have mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 50s, and then some rain showers arriving late Friday into Saturday, with cooler temperatures around. Not expecting any severe weather by Friday and Saturday. So again, what to expect with that threat today is our window here locally is pretty small, both in time and location. The window is really from about 3 to 8, mainly east of Highway 65. So not everyone will find the strong storms. Mainly a wind and hail threat. Isolated tornado also can't be ruled out. And as those showers come back into the forecast Friday and Saturday, cooler temperatures leave the severe weather out. 75 degrees today, warm with some scattered showers and storms. 40 overnight. We'll find cooler temperatures by tomorrow morning. 53 degrees tomorrow afternoon, mostly cloudy and cooler. Some showers overnight. Saturday looks like a pretty raw and chilly day. We'll have extended cloud cover, some rain around, and temperatures in the 40s. We dry out on Sunday, keep some clouds and temperatures in the 50s, and the next week looks unsettled.
All right, we got to see who is celebrating a Thursday birthday on this March the 12th. We got the one and only Liza up on the board right there.
Liza Minnelli.
Big-time actress.
I feel a lot of pressure to get this one close to right.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like everyone should know. I mean, she's a big name.
Yeah, 75.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think she's going to be older than we're thinking. Is she 77?
I'll say 78.
74.
All right.
Great.
Look at that. You put pressure on yourself.
It's
Lauren
only
Barnes delivers.
It's only because you guys got me in the range.
Well, it's a team effort. Yeah, we know this.
Yeah. All right. Let's give a shout out to our viewers celebrating birthdays. Jamie Ward, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jamie.
Ryan Verfuth, happy birthday to you. We also have Brianna Dasel, happy birthday. Don't forget, if you want a birthday or anniversary announced on Daybreak, send us an email, birthdays@color10.com. Sports is right after this break.
now. Sports on Color 10 News.
Welcome back, everyone. The NCAA will play its postseason men's and women's tournaments without fans due to fears of the coronavirus. That's going to impact the Women's Midwest Regional in the D2 level that will tip off tomorrow afternoon at the O'Reilly Family Event Center here in Springfield. 4 games will be played Friday. We've got the semis on Saturday, and that title game is Monday night. Lady Panther coach Molly Miller says her team worked hard to host the Midwest Regional this year. They're 32-0. She issued the following statement yesterday: "I believe we should always defer to experts and ultimately want what is best for our community. I feel bad for our seniors and campus and our tremendous fans who have looked forward to this." But as of now, those games still going on. Now, with all these cancellations and things happening, though, the Missouri High School Basketball Championships are still scheduled to happen at JQH Arena, and fans are allowed to attend at last check. 2 local teams will begin things tonight, with more teams in action starting up tomorrow. The Walnut Grove girls take on Community R6. That game will tip off at 5:30 at JQH. And then the Dora boys have the next game for folks in our area, rather, against Jefferson Conception. That game will tip off at 6:50. We'll be updating you on any Misha developments throughout the weekend as we get them. Of course, Dan Lucy, Dan Lindblad, Matt Vereen also will be on that as well. We move on to look at some of the weather happening this morning, and some folks out to our east need to watch out for the fog, right?
Yeah, we've got that dense fog advisory that goes until 10 o'clock this morning. The threat this afternoon will be some severe storms. But again, we're starting out with that fog. It goes until 10 from Eminence and West Plains, where we could find that visibility dropping to a quarter mile or less at times. Not quite that dense this right now, but we are finding that dense fog just to our east from St. Louis to Poplar Bluff. We've got clouds out there this morning with some spotty showers starting to break out from Clinton to Camdenton, Stockton, even some spotty sprinkles spotted on the live drive here in Springfield right now. Temperatures are about 5 to 10 degrees warmer now than they were this time yesterday. It's 55 degrees in Springfield and in Branson, a warm 66 in Fayetteville. So as you head out the door today, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds with some scattered showers and storms developing in the afternoon. So you'll want to keep an eye out for that. We do carry a severe threat east of Highway 65, where we have that yellow slight risk, looking at golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and an isolated tornado possible. That tornado threat will be healthiest the further east you go. The boot heels, really the ones that are under gun for that greater tornado threat, but something that we need to monitor here as well. The time frame for this will be from about 3 to 7 or 8 o'clock tonight, so pretty quick time frame from where the storms will develop and then they exit. So we'll keep some sunshine today, temperatures warming up into the 70s. Some showers and storms develop by 3 or 4 o'clock to the south and east, and then they get out of here pretty quick. We'll have a couple of clouds and temperatures near 40 degrees overnight tonight. And then we'll have cloudy skies tomorrow, temperatures in the 50s with rain showers arriving by Friday into Saturday, with temperatures cooler. No severe weather is expected Friday night or Saturday. But again, we do carry that severe threat today, so please stay weather aware. Daybreak will be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. The building that was formerly a price cutter in North Springfield will now be the new home to Life 360. The charity arm of Life 360 Church is responsible for feeding over 13,000 students a day in 20 school districts across the Ozarks. The building on Division and Glenstone will be the main central kitchen for processing food for those students. It'll also eventually house office space for the group. Life 360 is leasing the building from Pyramid Foods for 6 years with an option to buy.
Springfield Airport's longest-serving employee is retiring this week. Steve Eggers, more affectionately known as Mr. Airport, has been an airport employee for more than 40 years. As a kid, Steve used to skip school just to watch the airplanes take off. Throughout the years, there's been a lot of changes at the airport, but he would have never imagined the opportunities he'd have.
I've actually shaken hands of 5 presidents, vice presidents, met kings and queens. Something you could not do any other place, I don't think. So just being able to be involved in something like that is pretty cool.
He began at the airport as a firefighter and aircraft fueler, and up to yesterday was still overseeing the safety and comfort of the flying public.
Looking around the Ozarks now, a dog that has spent nearly 7 years at an Ozarks shelter has been getting a lot of buzz on social media. A man who made it his mission to work with dogs like Ginger has made her famous on Facebook now, and we went to Osage Beach to check this out for ourselves.
We'll take our animals back if things aren't working out because we're committed to them, you know, having a good home, and we want to try again. So she's been here. I'll tell you, she's the fetch queen of Dogwood. Even though she's 9 years old, she'll play fetch until the volunteer's worn out. She's not going to get worn out.
Ginger had been adopted 3 times before and returned to the Dogwood Animal Shelter. In one instance, a woman went back to work and couldn't dedicate the time, but Ginger did show signs of abuse, and adjusting to other dogs and small children has been tough. After a post about her, there are now more than 30 applications to adopt her. For more on Ginger, we've got the full story over on OzarksFirst.com. Still ahead for you, the top 3 stories if you're just waking up this morning.
Plus details on a slight severe risk for weather. Elisa is back with your forecast as well.
Now weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa.
Good morning. If you're just waking up with us, we have a dense fog advisory in effect for parts of the Ozarks and a severe risk as we head through this afternoon. Here's that dense fog advisory. It goes until 10 for communities like Eminence and West Plains. Not finding the visibility drop too much yet, but we do have dense fog just to the east from St. Louis to Poplar Bluff there. We've got clouds and a couple of spotty sprinkles starting to break out across the Ozarks from Stockton to Nevada, Clinton, and then even a couple of sprinkles near Fort Leonard Wood out there this morning. Temperatures are warm, starting out at 55 degrees in Springfield and 55 in Branson. We stay warm through the afternoon, 75 degrees by dismissal with some scattered showers and storms. The warm temperatures give way to a severe threat. Details on timing and threats coming up in a couple of minutes.
Here's the top 3 news items you need if you're just waking up. The University of Missouri is suspending in-person classes for the rest of the week. All of those will be held online, but classes will be expected to resume in person after spring break on March 30th. And while Missouri State has not canceled in-person classes, it has issued a travel directive. Individuals who are arriving on campus or returning from any country designated by the CDC as a level 2 or higher due to COVID-19 must immediately contact managers and health and wellness center there, as well as comply with all precautionary protocols established, which may include a 14-day quarantine. Regionally, Arkansas has also recorded its first case of the coronavirus. The person infected is from Pine Bluff and is currently in isolation at a hospital. The governor issued an executive order declaring a public health emergency, stressing that the state of Arkansas will not change the way it's currently operating. And nationally, President Trump says the U.S. will suspend travel from Europe for 30 days as of tomorrow, with a few exceptions. He says the measure will not apply to the UK or travelers from the U.S. who undergo appropriate screenings. The president also asked Congress for an additional $50 billion in funding for small business loans and says he will also call on the IRS to extend the April 15th tax deadline for some people.
And continuing with some of those stories that are happening around the nation, the NBA is suspending its season after a player had a positive preliminary test for the coronavirus. The player is Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz, who were in Oklahoma City yesterday. Fans at the arena were urged to leave the game. Once they found this out, they called the game off. NBA officials say they'll reevaluate the schedule as the situation progresses. The NHL has not done such a thing, but is evaluating its options. Oscar-winning actor Tom Hanks and his wife, actress Rita Wilson, have both tested positive for the coronavirus in Australia. The actor posted this on Twitter last night, and Hanks said he and his wife were in Australia working on a film after they felt tired with slight fevers. The two will be, quote, tested, observed, and isolated for as long as public health and safety requires. We move on now to a market watch for you this morning, taking a look at how things finished. Coronavirus also impacting this. The Nikkei closed down 856 points, while the Dow lost 1.